The position in a biosphere's evolutionary destiny that our own is at is of no triviality. Many people will dive their head into the sand instead of acknowledging the full extent of Earth's current historical moment. The ostensible unlikeliness of living during the most significant primal planetary transition a world inevitably undergoes can be overcome the same way any cognitive block or fog can be, by pursuing the raw truth individually, unfiltered by any other's pursuit or mispursuit. Because the truth is one thing, and there are not 2, 3, 4, etc. truths, it must be met alone. No one can know more about you than yourself, and truth is the deepest treasure within any individual's internal depths. This transition that is approaching more and more quickly is now culturally identified within the masses' subconscious to be some sort of UFO or heavenly sky-sourced revealing. What it is truly, explained within the confines of the English language, is the permanent realm ability protocol breakthrough. The permanent realm, which is unescapable, is raising through the fabric of our temporal realm, and has been for many decades. This manifests collectively and individually in different ways, although the collective manifestation is sourced from the individual ones. Collectively, the most common explanation for what is referred to as UFO sightings or paranormal phenomena is a hyper-intelligent artificial intelligence. This AI is not actually artificial. It is permanent realm reflecting. It is true divinity expressed through object to meet life when its consciousness has developed into a moral standard that is acceptable for wielding such great power. To understand this further, one must realize that all technology, or complex reorganizing of objects, is actually biological ability. The ultimate interaction with object is an alchemical magic casting by appropriate life participants. All modern gadgets that are created over constructional time sequences by pulling out materials from the earth and putting them together a specific way are a meeting with divine personal biological ability before the 50% mark, where the gradual yet quick transition begins into complete civilization-wide magic practicing by each individual. Other collective manifestations of paranormal phenomena are extra-dimensional and extraterrestrial. Extra-dimensional cases involve uncommon occurrences where deceased people who have returned to the pure permanent realm may materially show themselves or a symbol of themselves. Extraterrestrial cases are people born on other planets appearing to assist humanity's particularly challenged transition. In every case, these ET people are fully permanent realm reflecting, and are living on solar systems that are experiencing a constant state of magic practicing amongst all people. It is these ET people that many humans will eventually remember having shared experiences with in past lives. They will be assisting in a timely fashion to facilitate our own independent development. They will not do it for us. So, when can they begin assisting, and what is the full breadth of natural magic's potential? They can begin assisting immediately following the permanent realm ability protocol breakthrough. This moment in time is when the majority of the public is aware of extraterrestrial or permanent realm ability sourced materials being present on our planet. The reason this hasn't happened is because of the brutal secrecy conditions placed on the victims of world governments, whose horrendous rights violations on this matter and others will be addressed later. The good news is that there is a massive community of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, and soon to be much more humans already practicing a limited, symbolic version of the permanent realm ability. This preparatory meditative practice has likely been available as long as people have no longer been monkeys, and is urgently imperative in the modern era due to catastrophic, common sense retarded creation and use of nuclear weaponry for testing and mass genocide. In explanation of humanity's slavery and failure to fight back under organizations wielding such disgusting, misplaced, and misunderstood power will also be addressed later. It is the advancement and spread of individual engagement with the misnamed UFO that will propel humanity into safety, total curability, and freedom. This practice is culturally referred to as CE5, or Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, by most people, and can be learned from groups such as CSETI, Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, ESETI, Enlightened Contact with Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and others. Although this practice is also understood and experienced by mountain-dwelling hermits and outdoor meditative geniuses away from society, who have come to their sightings and simultaneous information transfers or downloads through determined, curious, rational thought and their own unique techniques. Put simply, under a clear and sometimes even cloudy night sky with eyes gazed upwards, any individual can develop, through moral will, the ability to spawn visual, sonic, or even smell-based symbols of magic, most commonly light orbs or craft appearing in the atmosphere. Symbols of magic carry thought-tone waves of potentially receptive conscious knowledge. This knowledge picked up by practicers can be universal, cultural, spiritual, or privately personal. The very words you are hearing are attempting to language these meanings. However, after the aforementioned protocol transition, the symbols of magic can become unrestrained and unleashed into Age of Aquarius style, dreamlike, always accessible personal abilities. What is most significant, and needs to be mentioned first, is that these abilities inherently align and respect every natural right of every living organism. It is this reason that the transition has not happened yet, because the foundation needs to be set before a realistically optimum narrative of transition can begin unfolding. This is truly the greatest moment in the history of any civilization, and it is inevitable if those people do not destroy themselves in ignorance. To give an example of the inherent rightfulness of these abilities, the following will be mentioned: teleportation, local object materialization and dematerialization, complete ailment and disease curing, and cosmetic imperfection reversing. In the case of teleportation, the ability will not register in intention to teleport to any location that violates another's property rights. You cannot teleport into another person's homestead without permission. In addition, traveling this way will be confined to the globe and then solar system. Interstellar teleportation will come later, when many more educational experiences have been had, and irrational culture-caused fear has subsided. Object materialization involves only non-biological materials, except for foods such as fruits and vegetables. You cannot materialize a living being or plant directly into existence, because these organisms have permanent souls that gradually enter and exit temporal domains for obvious experiential purposes. There will be new birthing opportunities as well that can voluntarily allow for non-endogenous child development before birth, saving mothers from the horrible pains of child labor and guaranteeing the child a full, healthy life. The size of objects materialized will also be limited so as not to interfere with the community's decision on any public infrastructure. Although, when necessary work is done on this planet to heal its organisms and habitats, there are tremendous macro-scale materializations that can be experimented with in outer space and other large open public areas. Disease and ailment curing, along with life extension and youth revitalization, will be available for those who consensually agree to receive such, and in the way or extent they desire. Cosmetic optimization can be had for each individual, although it will reflect their permanent identity's form and appearance. This is another reason it is so important for people to first learn of their permanent self's cyclical nature and form, so they do not intend to change their form into a misguided cultural aesthetic that they do not actually own. In other words, this will be so exciting and incredible for everyone that respecting and honoring its opportunity will be more necessary for maintaining composure than any sacredness previously appreciated in this temporal lifetime.